Now then, my proposal is a simple one: let us journey to Pandæmonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Originally I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandæmonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words: "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." While I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of Lahaveria for entry into Pandæmonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnorisis. I sent a request for permission before setting forth to Elpis. With luck we shall not be waiting long. What a fascinating etheric signature. Ahem. In accordance with the Convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandæmonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandæmonium as you please. Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work within Pandæmonium are called warders for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of Lahaveria has deemed certain such creations as worthy of further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandæmonium are not merely researchers, they must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandæmonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master Lahaveria shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed. But surely Master La Haveria would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Haveria is kept well abreast of the goings on here, then. I hope I am not overstepping my boundaries by asking, but you seem to be quite familiar with Master La Haveria. Do you know him? You are no mere familiar, are you? Master La Haveria is not known for being generous with his time, that one would have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandæmonium. The news that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Lethe. Let us delay no further. Pandæmonium can be reached via the news on the island to the northeast. I suggest you hurry before your companion leaves you behind. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you two have met La Haveria in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. Or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandæmonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, Ed. It is much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a fleeting and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone, or something, is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes. Powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandæmonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. If weapons are drawn, I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps, 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Then so shall it be. Now, what, I wonder, awaits us in Pandæmonium's pitiless halls? I cannot say for sure what awaits us. Let us make ready for the worst, and we shall not be taken by surprise.
I must save them. But first, run all you like, but my chains will catch you. Assailed by ice and flame. Your bones to ash, your flesh to ice.
That was a thrilling display. And if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth, after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. Kaneko teen. He stirs.
What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies. And my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. I am Ericthonios, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandæmonium's highest layer, and the place we're in now.
One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandæmonium?
The creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free, and stalk its halls to no end but violence.
That is, not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before?
No, never. Each level of Pandæmonium is under the charge of a keyword, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They are selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master Lahabrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury. Then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone.
I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind, perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders.
Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors. So Pandæmonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within.
By the same individual, or individuals, that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity.
Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has transpired here, what measures would they take?
Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandæmonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely.
As I thought. Were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind.
You would go alone?
I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty, they would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right.
Forgive my rudeness, Erechthonios, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. So, for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. Head. I knew you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend. Which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion.
So you agree to help?
For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandæmonium yet hold, so for the moment time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Kanekotine have set us upon.
Themis and Kanekotine, yes. Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already.
We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandæmonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now, let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates, in case any have followed you out.